Hi, and welcome back. I wanted to talk about being overqualified for jobs and underpaid. I think that's really an issue with a lot of autistic people. I think many of us just love college so much that we enjoy classes, we get good grades, enjoy studying, enjoy writing papers and getting those degrees, and then we go out into the workforce and bum bum, it's not as we expected. It's way harder than we imagined. So I have a degree in behavioral science. I got it in 1998, and I was with plans of being a social worker, possibly getting my master's degree and becoming a counselor. That was my plan. I got my degree, graduated, and I ended up being a case manager at a mental health center. Um, Working for me was very hard. I found it hard to keep up with the paperwork we had to do on the computer, the intakes. All of that was very challenging. Not only that, but I was required to do home visits and to go into people's homes. And for someone with social anxiety, that is very hard. I was pushing my limits every day just with what I was having to do for on the job. And I was working with people with schizophrenia, bipolar, all kinds of mental disorders, and probably some people who were autistic, and I didn't know it at the time. So I ended up having a meltdown on the job when a client had tried to commit suicide in front of me by downing a whole bottle of pills. And I just realized that it just wasn't something I could deal with. I couldn't handle all the duties that was required of being a social worker there. I ended up feeling like a failure. Ended up leaving that job. Didn't enjoy it one bit. The part I liked was helping people. Definitely, don't get me wrong. I love helping people, but I just wasn't able to keep up with the computer work that was required to do on each client. And so I tried again to be a case manager. This time it was for a government agency, and I was really excited to get hired. I did wonderful on the job interview because I'm good at mimicking the person I'm talking to, and I think that's really what's helped me get jobs so easily over the years is just my mimicking skills of others. But anyway, I got that job, and I was going to try it again, and I I lasted for a little while, but I couldn't connect. I never connected with any of my coworkers. Like, I never had a bond with anybody. I never understood why. They had friends, they had groups. I wasn't a part of anybody's group. And so what I did like is having my own office, if you can call it that. It's like a closet size, but I had my own desk and stuff, and so it wasn't out in the open. That was nice. And I liked working by myself. But there again, I had to do the home visits, and from that job, I ended up having what I feel like was a meltdown. I didn't know at the time what it was, but I had a meltdown. I was sitting there in front of my computer, and all of a sudden, I just felt like I can't do this not one more minute, not one more second. I've got to get out of here. And I packed my entire desk and everything and walked out the door. Now, why did I do that? You know, wouldn't most people go talk to somebody? I didn't even feel like I could talk to anybody. I don't know why. But I always, for years, I said I had a mental breakdown, is what I called it. But now I just think it's autistic meltdown, autistic breakdown that I had. And so me or my family didn't understand why I did that. It affected my family so much that we lost our house. We went into foreclosure, and we lost things, and we went bankrupt. And I felt very guilty because of that. And my self-confidence just went out the window. The job the job that I do is work in activities, and I've been doing this type of job for many years now. It does not require a college degree, and I'm overqualified and underpaid for what I am able to do. But I just can't, I don't have the executive functioning skills that are needed to do a job, like to manage people, to have people under me that I'm managing, or paperwork, bills I'm responsible for, invoices. I just can't do all of that. I'm not capable of doing that. I am more happy doing this job that pays less, but I've been able to keep it up. And having a good boss has been a lot of my success to being able to work. if I didn't have a good, understandable boss that I felt like cared, I probably wouldn't even be able to do this job. It really a lot depends on my situation at work, my coworkers, my boss, to whether I am successful or not. So currently I'm able to work and help out and bring in money, and I'm grateful. I realize there are a lot of autistic people who just are not able to work, and that's okay. We're all different. We all are have our own gifts and abilities and weaknesses and strengths, and you can only do what you can only do. So I just, I feel like and wonder how many people out there are autistic and overqualified and underpaid. Or maybe you're just overqualified and you don't work anywhere. Like you're just not comfortable working anywhere and you got this great degree you don't know what to do with. But you are worthy of being desired by a company for your skills, talents, and your brain, how smart you are and what you can do. I think it's a shame there's not more companies that are willing to hire people who are autistic and just accommodate in whatever way needed for them. Maybe there'll become more awareness and understanding as more of us who are autistic tell everybody that we are, so they can see autism differently. And there are some companies that have started hiring autistic people, I've noticed, and I'll try to put them here because I remember I saw big companies that recognize, hey, these are going to be some great employees. We do a good job. We are, like to follow the rules and like to stay on task. We don't like gossip. We don't want to be gossiping on our breaks. Not going to be wandering into other people's offices. We just stay in our own lane. So that's what I wanted to talk today about, was autism and being overqualified and underpaid.